Here I am in Tokyo at the DJI store that they have here, and I got myself the Pocket 4, the brand new one, so let's see how this does for vlogging on our Japan trip.
Pork and veggies.
Not bad. I'm nervous. It's huge.
That's fun.
Alrighty friends, welcome to this video. This one is about the DJI Pocket 4, and this is my first actual Osmo Pocket that I have. I've always had an action camera, so here's my first DJI action camera. This was the Action 2. I got it when this came out, and it served its purpose well for the time, but definitely the low light was killing me, and this was just not the ideal camera for that. And not only that, the batteries on this, they burnt through so quick. It was tough, and then getting an external microphone for this was kind of a headache. I had to do multiple different things, but in the end I stopped using that one. Recently, last year, I did pick up the Osmo Action 6. I've taken this on a few trips, taken this on 2 different cruises. I've taken this to New York, and I was supposed to take this to Japan, but I accidentally forgot it at home, and so that's why I have the Pocket 4. I found a DJI store in Japan and was able to get the Pocket 4 because I needed something to film my trip for the vlogs. I did bring my main camera, but I only brought one lens, and that lens was the 24mm. And everyone knows, if you know what the 24mm is, you just cannot vlog on that thing. You can obviously, of course, make videos and still film other people talking and stuff like that. But if you're walking and talking, that is not the ideal lens to use. So I got the Pocket 4. I know this one has I believe a 20mm focal length. So I was very impressed with that, and just the visuals, the video this thing got, I thought it was super good for what it is. And it's really small. It doesn't heat up too much. It does get warm if you film for a long period of time, but for the most part, it was pretty good with temps. Since this was my first pocket camera, it was a little troublesome to kind of get used to the gimbal, because I'm so used to pointing and shooting with the action camera or even with my main camera, and getting that shot. But this, you have to be a little bit more intentional. You can't just turn and shoot, because the gimbal has to catch up, and it'll slowly just turn, which is fine. I just had to get used to it. But overall, the experience with this thing was pretty awesome. Not only because the footage looks great, but because of the feature that comes with the Action 4, Action 5, Action 6, and the Pocket 3, is that you can just wirelessly connect your microphone to the camera. 2 microphones. And that's just great, because you just don't have to worry about something connecting to this device externally on the body or anything like that. You can just boop, link it up Bluetooth, and there it is. I was very happy about that. But this helped me get some really cool B-roll shots. But even just vlogging, this was my A camera for most of the time. I extended my arm out pretty much like this if I wanted to capture both me and my wife. But for the most part, I had it pretty close around right here, so it's not too big of a deal. I even had, you know, a selfie stick to go along with this, but no, I'm very happy with this. The image quality was pretty great. I did film in D-Log. I think everything was in auto. I used auto for everything on this one, but with D-Log, I thought it was pretty good. The low light on this, I'm very impressed with as well. So can't complain really at all. I think this was a great purchase. The zoom on this also I thought was more impressive than I thought it would be. But yeah, no, for a 1-inch sensor, and just how compact this thing is, because it came with this pouch right here, which comes with the little dummy extension thing. But also just carrying this around, it lightened up my load so much, because there were times where I just carried this in my camera bag and I didn't even bother bringing the big one, and it felt great. But yeah, my first impression of this are fantastic. The audio isn't bad either, without the microphones. So yeah, like taking this around Japan was honestly, I recommend, just because this will give you the smooth gimbal-like shots. And I think that's all what anyone ever wants, really, is to have their videos be smooth and work well in low light, but also just capture everything in a easy point and shoot motion. Again, you might have to slowly do your movements just for the gimbal to catch up. But the controls are very easy to even flip the camera to the front or the back with the click of a button. So yeah, I'm new to the Osmo Pocket world, and I'll definitely do some more videos with this. And then with this one, I'll look into the creative film tones and all that stuff. So yeah, that is my first impressions on the Osmo Pocket 4. I hope you thought the video performance was really good as well. So yeah, got this in Japan, and thank you Japan for having a DJI store. And it was quite unfortunate when I got home. I thought I lost this camera on the airplane, but when I got home, I found it sitting next to my work computer. And so I was like, dang it. I bought this. Well, I mean, I didn't buy it for no reason. I'm glad I have it. But I was like, dang, I just spent $400 when I didn't have to. But my dummy ass left this at home. I thought I lost it on the airplane, but yep. So there you have it. DJI Osmo Pocket 4. Do I recommend it? I do. I know the Insta360 Luna is out. I do want to get a wide angle adapter for this one. This one's plenty wide, but obviously wider could always be better. So I do want to get the adapter for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And with that, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.